Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we still have a lot of aggressive expansion here, so we're still going to be chilling for a bit, but I would like to go after Kinda eventually, and that's probably going to be an annexation. Do we have a claim? We do not. Okay, so how long would it take us to make one? It would take about 2 years. Okay. We'll come back to that. I think we don't want to do that quite yet. We'll get there, though. We will absolutely get there. So we're currently working on making noble districts here. We can start queuing up courts of law. That'll be fine. And academies as well. We will eventually have 12 building slots here, so that will be ideal. That is going to need to come up to 50, and that's going to take a bit. Okay. What's this army doing here without any leadership? It has leadership. He has 0 skill. Are they at war? They are. Who is this? Oh, down here. Okay, yeah. I remember seeing that at the end of last episode. That's fine. We're not too concerned about it for now, so it looks okay. The Parthian Civil War has ended. Now, we're making progress on Yemnat. That is currently going to be done in about 13 years. So that's really not too bad. I do not mind that at all. We're going to come in up over this way and grab ourselves another court of law queue up. That'll be perfect. I think we're only going to build the 2 here for now, maybe? Because I would like to get some academy building done here. And it's going to be a little bit before we have the maximum civilization value. It's going up by 0.11 per month, so it's a little bit under a year per level. So that's definitely going to take time to come up. So we're looking at about 3.5 years or so to get the extra building slot here. That's definitely going to take some time. I think we should get academies going next. So that'll be fine. We will definitely get those underway shortly. And those are going to be done now. Well, we're going to get started on that now. The Ptolemaics are calling us into their war against Muqaddam. I accept that offer. I don't feel like they need our health. I don't know why I said health. I don't feel like they need our health either. I don't feel like they need our help. They just need to finish this siege, and the war's over. They're at 28%. We're not even going to get there in time. It's already done. So that seems fine. This is going to auto-cap, and these guys actually interrupted their cap. War's over. They should have ended it already. I don't know why they haven't. So the Ptolemaics, if we look at the actual war here, yeah, it's at 100. They really should have ended this. There we go. Yeah, war's over. We did not need to participate, and that is wonderful. We're very happy about that. So we're at 139 research efficiency right now. We need to pump those numbers up for sure. Our civic advance is about to come up, and of course, we are working on heading down to 0. We're very close to that. So we're going to grab religious board, and then we're going to grab 0 after that, mostly for that sweet citizen output. And the country's same religion happiness is going to be a big deal for us as well. So that looks good. Let's hop in here and grab another academy queue. That looks perfect, and we're only making 2.75 research from this right now. That's understood. We'll get there. Checking in through some of these areas, we can see, yeah, we're definitely going to eventually need some additional buildings in here. Ooh. 20 gold, a commercial district, hold gains, or Mosleon would get either a library or a tax office. Okay. We would like it to be a tax office, or rather a library. It went for a tax office. That's not ideal, but it's fine for now. So our civic advances have advanced, and we're going to grab a religious board. There we go. That means that our next advance is going to get us 0. And that's a ways out. That's going to be oratory, it looks like, and that is going to be done in about 3 years, like 2.5 years. Okay, that is absolutely fine. Let's pop back up over here, get an academy queued, and this is now at 11 of 11. We don't have any free investments, and I wouldn't put one here anyway, I don't think, because we are very close to getting an additional civilization value building slot, so that seems good. But yeah, this needs to come up a little bit more. We're about a year away. So that seems fine. Not too bad. And Yemnat, of course, that's a ways away as well. So that, of course, means that we need to get some additional cities building. And what do we want? Well, that's Freeman happiness there. I'm definitely interested in building in some locations up this way. Yeah, this is at 11 of 11. This is at 10 of 10. So we're still waiting for the civilization value in these areas to come up a bit. In Damascus, we could absolutely get 2 building slots here, but it's disloyal right now, and we're waiting on that to fix. So that's okay. Up over here, there's just not a lot to be done. This entire area is disloyal. This city here produces earthenware, which is fine, I suppose. Fortress conscription camp. Where would this be? So this would be in Maurtia. This is a territory. I'm interested in putting in a conscription camp. I don't know where that actually went. Was that spelled like this? You know, I don't actually know. This is going to be a lot of things. Okay, I don't know where that went. We'll find it eventually, I'm sure. We have a military tradition available, and I would be delighted to grab stone movers. So let's go ahead and do that. The territory of Yeraho is going to gain a fortress. Okay, so that's not necessarily what we wanted. That's right up over here. Let's get rid of the fortress because we want to actually put in 3 libraries here. There we go. That'll be fine. I think we might have lost libraries there. I don't know. There's a bunch of building slots there that weren't there before, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe we just destroyed the libraries. That wouldn't be ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so all is looking decent here. Of course, we do need this civilization value to come up a little bit more to be able to get this last court of law here. We're currently at 49.48, so we're about 5 months away. Maybe 4, depending on rounding. But it's somewhere in there. So that's not too bad. The Bactrian Civil War has ended, and we're down to 46.53 aggressive expansion. I'm interested in that still dropping off quite a lot before we go after Kinda. We probably want to be at like 35 or something like that. That should be reasonably fine. So yeah, just checking in on some of these cities up over this way. This one we don't have very developed. This one we do. But a lot of these cities just are not particularly developed. And we would like it if they were a little bit more developed, for sure. So down over this way, there's not very many cities in these provinces. So here, we've got a city in this capital. That's fine. Down this direction, I don't think there's a single city in this province. So we should probably make one. So that would mean that we would want to upgrade this settlement building. And let's go ahead and do that. So that looks good. We've got our libraries going into Yeraho, and we should be seeing a building slot here right now. Perfect. So we're going to build that last court of law here. That looks good. So we've got cities in all of the provinces that are up this direction, right? At least one city per province is what I'm looking for. Is there one here? There might not be one here. No, these are all settlements. I'm going to build it where this capital is. This produces cloth, which is noble happiness. That seems good. So we're going to upgrade that guy. Fantastic. So that is underway. We're getting some of these cities upgraded. Memnon is trying to become our client state. Done. So we have too many relations. We're working on it. We are going to get Tasm annexed fairly soon. That's going to be 1 August of 589. That's about 10 and a half years away. So that is understood. But yeah, too many relations right now. That's okay. I'm not actually too concerned about it. We just don't want to get more relations than what we have right now. So that all seems absolutely fine. Now, is there a city in this province? The capital is a settlement. Okay. And that's currently got a mine here. It produces stone. So we might want to just leave that be a settlement and have the city actually go in somewhere up this way. That would be Freeman. Okay, we lost a governor. We'll deal with that in a moment. Fish, Freeman again. This would be Freeman output. Food, and Freeman. Okay, so in this province, there's not great options. Noted. We do need a new governor up over this direction, and we'll put in this guy, I guess. That'll be fine. Cool. So how are we doing on that research right now? It's definitely our efficiency is dropping. We've dropped our monthly research a little bit. That's understood. Let's get Esther going. She has no holy site anymore, but that's, I guess, fine. And we're going to call on her again to assimilate pops to Hebrew culture. Wonderful. So up to 5 pops get assimilated over. And if we look at our overall culture here, we can see that we are about 35% Levantine. We definitely need to alter that. We're doing well religiously, but we absolutely need to change over our culture. That will be a useful thing to do. So that'll take time. That will take quite a lot of time. I want to come down here, and I think I am just going to upgrade this city. This is going to be a slave city, and that is, I guess, fine. I would prefer not to, but it's whatever. It's fine. So this city out over here, this produces livestock. Freeman here, wood, Freeman, precious metals, stone. I mean, there's incense here. So this would be an okay city to upgrade. Let's go ahead and do that. We can't upgrade any more right now, and we should probably be working on some of these cities up this way that we have not worked on yet, like these guys. So here we produce cedar. That will produce manpower, and that is reasonably fine. We could just make this into a slave city, and that's probably not the worst thing in the world. However, this is too disloyal to build it, as is this city. So we would need to look at, say, this one. It produces earthenware, and it currently has a court of law. So, again, we could definitely make this be a slave city to produce the earthenware. I really don't feel like we need the freemen. So the freemen are going to be things like forums, right? And we would also be able to build, like, conscription camps or tax offices. I think we're going to avoid building freeman cities, and we're just going to make these into slave cities. I really don't feel like we need the manpower. At least not right now. So in that case, we're going to build a slave trader here and a second. That'll be fine. We're going to need to get all of these brought in. There we go. And we'll want to build a foundry here. We'll want to build our mills. That'll all be fine. Sure, we'll be friends with this person. Why not? So that is all looking good. This is going to be relatively maxed out for now. And we're just going to be able to start going through all of these cities up in this area fairly soon and getting them all maxed out. That would be good. Very, very good indeed. So some of these are going to end up being research cities for sure, especially locations like this. Now this guy's very upset because there's a scorned family. Okay. Whatever, we'll deal with him. I'm not too concerned about it right now. How are we doing on tech? We're going to get an oratory advance here very soon, in about 6 months. So that looks very, very solid. I would be delighted to get an oratory tech here. And of course, we've got this polymath here. We'll see if he actually generates any innovations. That would be nice. But we absolutely need to get 0 here. Why is this flickering like that? That's obnoxious. Okay. Well, for now, this is okay. We are continuing to develop this city here. I want to put in the foundry next. That's going to be the most expensive building that we put in. We should have enough to do that here in this next month. So that sounds good. And a tutor is needed. I don't really care. To be honest, it's fine. I don't think that's our heir anyway. Is that our heir? No, this guy's our heir. Okay. That's absolutely fine. Is this also the guy who's angry because we didn't give him a job? Yes. He's our primary heir. I don't care. So this is absolutely fine. We'll grab local administrators. Wonderful. And back in this slave city, we're going to want to start building some mills here. Okay. Lack of integrity, huh? Sure. So these guys are losing some opinion. That's fine. There's our oratory advance. We're going to grab 0. That'll boost up our citizen output, as well as our country, same religion, happiness. That is a very big deal. You can see our research efficiency just skyrocketed off of that. So that's very, very good. Next, we are going into the oratory tree here, and we're grabbing down this direction to grab these plus 20% research points. That will be fantastic. And then the final location for research would be this, and that would be a good thing to grab. So we'll definitely make our way over there eventually. We have 200 gold right now. I want to buy a mill here. And on this next month tick, we'll be able to get another one going. So that seems perfect. We're also going to need taverns here, and that will be a big deal. Now, we could put forums into these cities and have that Freeman desired ratio as well, which I feel like the taverns are designed for. So we could go into our slave cities, like this one here, and we can just put in forums. The freemen do generate tax, and we just can not care about the conscription camps and just put in tax offices, right? That would actually be up over here. So that would mean requiring 3 additional building slots, which is definitely not the worst thing. Okay, Lava became a city. That's okay. This is going to require additional building slots, but we have this commercial district here. We can get rid of the commercial district. There we go. And we can replace that with a forum. Cool. We'll imprison this guy, and we need a job in Arabia. Are you a scorned family? I don't think so. Okay. This would be a scorned family here. We'll put this guy in. So now there's only 1 scorned family. That looks good. I'm assuming that we're low on our fort maintenance. Yes, we are. That looks great. And we're going to need to put in an additional mill here. Barbarians have risen up here. Okay. So we're going to need to raise up our Canaanite levies. This is going to be massive overkill for these barbarians, but we're going to head on down. And yeah, I really feel like 390 manpower per month is good enough for right now. So there's Rabat Moab becoming a city. That is this up over here, which is perfect. We're going to start developing these very soon. But we need to work our way through these cities, right? And that is absolutely something that we'll do. So they are coming down this way. We're just going to move to catch them down here. Hopefully they won't damage the civilization level there. Looks like we're going to get there in time. Beautiful. So they're stack wiped, they cease to exist, and we're going to disband our levies. We can't raise them up again for a couple of months, but I'm not concerned about that. So that seems absolutely fine. Up over here, I want to put in a mill. And then we're going to need to start putting in a forum. So we're going to need to get rid of the court of law here. Yeah, eventually. And I think we'll go for 6 stability for 10 political influence. That's really good. Boosting up our stability would be phenomenal. We're definitely still interested in dropping our aggressive expansion. We're struggling right now. And our political influence is certainly low. So that is understood. So we're going to need to put in a forum here. And then we're going to get rid of this court of law. But we're going to do that in a bit here. This is going to take some time to get this all built. So we'll put in a second forum here. We'll keep this court of law until such a time as we have the money for our last forum here. So that'll be fine. But yeah, the taverns are definitely built for that. That does, of course, mean that we're going to need a total number of buildings of 13 to get started with having all of this constructed, right? So that's understood. And there's another city coming in. We had our ruler die of a heart attack at the age of 76. Okay. We're going to still go for civic focus. I want to be building. So that looks fine. Did that actually go? Yes, it did. Wonderful. Now, our ruler isn't married. He is 18. And let's sort by age here. Cool. They didn't charge us through the nose. Fantastic. So next up, of course, we want to get this forum. So we're going to have to wait until the month tick there. And these cities will all be founded very soon. We don't really have the gold to develop them all at once, so we probably should have waited on those, but that's fine. We're going to get these cities developed eventually. Okay, so that looks good. And we are now going to get rid of this court of law and get the forum built here. So that's going to bring up the civilization value quite a lot as this builds. This is going to be 5%. Each of these is going to be 3%. Each of these is going to be 3%. So we're looking at like 23% civilization value from that. So that looks good. That will get us 2 building slots, which will definitely allow us to get these 2 taverns. And each of those will be 3 civilization level. So that should get us what we need in terms of building slots. In theory. In theory. Well, for now, we could definitely get a library in here, which I'm interested in doing. Who is this? Let's just make this go away. Okay. So nothing going on over this direction in terms of building slots right now. We are going to need to develop this city, which, again, I'm going to make this be a combination freeman and slave city. So that's going to be what we're going to do going forward. We're probably going to have things be either a research city or an economy city. And there's kind of no other types of city right now. Until such a time as we feel like we really need to get manpower, and then we'll focus on freemen and building conscription camps. But right now, I feel like all we need is economy and research. So that'll be fine. We are almost up to 200 research points per month, and we're going to get our martial advances here pretty soon. Now keep in mind, we've spent almost nothing in our martial expanses here. So that is definitely a thing. We would need to go to cohorts if we wanted to get legions. For the time being, I'm not interested in that. We'll get there. So this over here, we still need to build taverns. This city down here is going to need to have... Oh, that's a research city. This city is going to need to have 2 additional forums built in it. So that seems fine for now, and all of these are going to be focused on tax offices beyond their number of possible buildings, so that's okay. This is a cap of 85 civilization right now, so this one we should probably make a religious endowment in. Generally speaking, this is not worth doing. So we're going to say no on that, and yes, I do want to upgrade this province and get an additional building slot in there. Up over this direction, we may want to put a building slot in here as well. I think we will get there eventually, but it's not a bad thing to have a tax office here, that's for sure. So we'll get that all going. This is going to be constructing for a little bit. Now, we've got this city here, which is completed. We've got this city here, which is a freeman city. Okay. And we're going to put in a foundry there. That'll be fine. We want to be investing very, very heavily in our city constructions. I want to make sure we don't have any mines or farming settlements that we can build. We do not. And that would be shocking if we did. This is Freeman Happiness here as well. I want to put in a foundry here. We're going to need 243 gold for that, which we have enough now. Fantastic. So we're going to get those foundries going, and we're going to just work our way through every single city in our, our immediate area here and get all of those done, and then we're going to start expanding down this way on our cities. So that will be absolutely fine. It will take us a while to work through this. We're down to 26 aggressive expansion. We could consider attacking kinda at this point. I'm not sure I want to. Our stability is rough. Our stability is really rough. So we might want to continue to chill for a while and just heavily invest in these cities. And I think that's probably our best bet. Yeah, I definitely think that. This guy's becoming very, very disgruntled because we haven't given him a job. It's fine. We're at 32 loyalty here. This is actually about to go up, and that's wonderful. But we do need to come down here, and we need to build in a tavern, is it? We also need a forum. No, this is a research city. Hang on. Did I accidentally upgrade the research city? I didn't intend to. No, it went here. This just passively grew. Okay, so we'll put in a library there. That's wonderful. Cults are sanctioned, and our martial advances. Okay, so we just got a building slot. That should have been up here. Yes, that will allow us to put in this tavern. That looks good. And we got this invention. So now we're going down this way, right? So we got to take Shady Connections. And from there, as soon as that autosave goes through, from there we're going to grab Espionage, probably Diplomatic Immunity. And then we're going to go for, I would guess, probably... Do we need both of these? Yeah, we need both of these. Civil War and kinda has ended. Okay, I didn't even know they were in a civil war. So we're going to need both Shift Cipher and No, we're not. We're going to need Diplomatic Immunity, but we're going to need Administrative Patronage and Selective Immunity. Then we can grab Military Patronage. Then we can grab Scientific Patronage and Sponsored Research. So that's going to be a little bit for sure. No doubt about that. I want to come up over here. This is currently capped in terms of its buildings. We can put in a library here. That looks good. And here, we're definitely going to want to be putting in, like, slave traders. So that would be fine. We will need a little bit more gold for that, but we can get that going now. The Ptolemaics are calling us in against EO. They probably don't need our help. Oh, that's these guys. They absolutely need our help. We're raising our levies, and in we go. I'm going to split these units. We're going to cap this for ourselves. There's these guys up over here, apparently. Okay. I mean, we can't disband them. That's fine. We stack wipe them, and we're just going to immediately grab this. This will give us control of this area. That's wonderful. I'm so glad that they called us in on this. They really didn't need to, but they did call us in regardless, and that is wondrous. So we're going to continue to invest up over here, of course. We'll get that going as soon as we can. We're just waiting on this month tick. There we go. And that'll be fine. So we'll get this siege completed, no problem here, and we're going to take this territory. That will be wonderful. It is, however, time to put a cut in here. Yeah, that's occupied by us, as expected. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to grab this territory, and that will be absolutely wonderful. We're going to continue to invest in our structures up over this way. We're going to let our AE drop, but this is going to get us a little bit more AE, so we'll see where that puts us. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri Yates, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.